Hello, this is Jess from Soul Star Healing and Tarot. I hope you're doing well today. I'm just laughing a little bit because as I sat here getting ready to record, my cat just walked by me through the kitchen, which is like right there. Total judgment. He's like, oh, here she goes again. I'm just going to go to the bedroom and bury myself in the bed. It was so judgy. My cat just judged me. Anyway, we're going to do a ascended master reading today. We'll see who comes out to guide this message and what the story is, what's going on. Okay, hope you're all doing great. This is my fourth week here on YouTube, so thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy this reading and you'd like to support the new girl, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all the good stuff. If you ever decide you'd like a personal reading with me, my email will be in the description. And also with my readings, I tend to be like a grower, not a shower kind of reading. So as the story evolves, I get more and more information. So it is worthwhile to stick around. Spirit, who is guiding this reading for us today? Okay, who do we have? Awesome. And actually, I saw this card while I was shuffling and was wondering if they would make an appearance. We have Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Let me get the book. I also saw quite a few times the Tower and the High Priestess while I was shuffling the decks. So let's see if either of those come out or both, perhaps. Okay. Isis is a strong, smart, and focused Egyptian winged goddess. According to legend, she was able to move from darkness to light in between the underworld, heaven, and earth. For that reason, whenever she comes to us, she will help us move from the hell of our own fear into the heaven of our own love. She was also able to revive her lover, Osiris, from the dead. In this powerful agorical, that's a tongue twister, story shows how she can help us revive an aspect of our life or a dream that we may have killed off with fear or lack of self-belief. With her magical abilities, Isis will guide us to bring our dreams to reality. Okay. We need to release those fears. Let's put Isis up here. I'm going to grab two cards from the Mike Wilcox Tarot and Oracle to see the guiding tarot and zodiac cards for this reading. These are the major arcanas and the 12 zodiacs. Spirit, what are the energies guiding this reading? Okay, two cards, please. All right. My cat is scratching his litter box. Oh, man. The excitement here never ends. So we have strength and the butterfly. Now, the butterfly is not normally in the traditional tarot. Mike Wilcox added this extra card here. And sometimes I take those cards out when, oh my gosh, Rama, do you have to make all that noise? Yes, I see you. Good boy. But this card I really like the meaning of, so I left it in there. Sometimes I take them out, but this time I didn't. So starting with the strength, where we've been stuck in, just like this Isis card, stuck in that primal fear, primal behavior that holds us back and not relying on the higher self. We're all guilty of it. It happens to all of us. You know, we have a conversation that goes the wrong way with a friend or a family member, And, the next day we wake up and go, God, I really wish I handled that better. I really wish I went into my higher self. And, we tend to not be happy with the aftermath when we go into those primal defensive kind of responses from the defense mechanisms we've built to survive. Okay, so there's definitely something here about challenging ourselves and, taking the high road, but not the high road to kind of make ourselves look good or gain people's favor. Taking the high road for ourselves so that, after situations that might be a little bit more difficult or challenging, we're actually happy with the way we handled it. And we have a sense of pride in ourselves that, we weren't baited into a situation that would allow us to step into impulsive responses or reactions, that we actually were able to listen to that higher voice that's trying to guide us to live in our integrity. Okay. And here with the butterfly. So basically with this butterfly, what happens is that this is how we emerge after we go through the death card process and we go through the judgment card process. Okay. This is the freedom of allowing the parts of us that are no longer serving us to kind of die and regenerate and reform into something that we can birth into a new way of living. When we do that, we emerge as this butterfly, okay? And the sense of freedom and just joy, really, honestly, because it's, you're set free. You're in your most radiant, beautiful, free, flying through the sky kind of energy here. And she's so free here, she's not even closed. It's just absolutely free of any mental obligation or need to satisfy anybody other than ourselves, and not in a selfish way. But, when we learn to really fulfill our needs, um, and not be shameful or guilty about that, we really are able to give more in our relationships. Okay. It's not being selfish. Your higher self will know when you're making an intentional selfish decision. Okay. The intention behind focusing on your needs and living in that freedom, making your needs a priority, the intention behind that. If it's truly selfish or not. And when you learn to trust that, you free yourself, okay? And you become the butterfly. Okay, so I am going to grab 3 cards from the Tarot of the Divine. Sorry, sometimes I forget the names of all of these decks. Okay, 3 cards, please, Spirit. Oops. I have a card in there that doesn't belong in there. Sorry about that. Hold on. 3 cards of guidance, please. Okay. 8 of Wands. 2 of Cups. King of Swords. Okay. I am going to give this deck here a quick shuffle since I just put that card on top. Usually I pre-shuffle to save time. And this is the Star Maiden Tarot. Okay. Spirit, 3 cards of guidance, please. Okay. 1 more card, please, Spirit. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to grab 3 more cards here. I know that getting the cards out takes a minute, but once we do that, we're pretty much on our way. This is called the Modern Tarot. It's on Etsy. It's not really a modern tarot. It's folk art, but that's what they named it. So if you're looking for it, that's how you will find it. Okay, 3 cards of advice, please, Spirit. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right. So let's see what we have. We're starting with the 8 of Wands. So it seems like some kind of information has come in, okay, or is about to come in. With 8 of Wands, it's usually coming in very fast, very direct. With the Wands, it can have energy behind it, meaning that it may ignite a very positive series of responses or responses that seem a little bit off. Okay, maybe I hate saying negative, but it is what it is. Some negative responses. Okay, it'll be different for everyone. This is a collective reading, but a lot of information has just come through like rapid fire, very fast, very furious, and lots of energy is coming from the whatever these messages are. 2 of Wands. So wherever that leads you, you're in a place of deciding which path to choose. Okay. We have the world and the direction that this man is facing. Okay. So this is probably a more expansive direction to go in. Okay. Could potentially be brand new. All right. And then this here being to his back represents the past. Okay. So do you go in a new direction or do you stay in the direction that the past has been leading you? You have free will. It's up to you. There's no judgment either way. Right. But one of these offers you many different worldly opportunities or expansive opportunities. And one of them being with that strength card can keep you when we're having uh, kind of attachments to our primal safe state. You know, one of the decisions keeps you in your safety zone. One of these paths will push you into a lot of new energy. Okay. Different for everyone, like I said, what is right for you. Sometimes moving into a new direction isn't the right answer if you're not fully prepared for it. Okay. But sometimes it's just the risk you have to take because everything that's happening in the past situation is just not good for you, and it's not moving you forward, and it's not allowing you to step into that higher self here in the strength card and getting to this place of the butterfly. Okay. So here we have our little devil. Okay. So I believe one of these wands here, the path, one path keeps you bound, one path sets you free. Okay. So as hard as it is sometimes to walk away from something we're bound to or leave it in the past, many times that's really the best decision for us. And I think that the good thing here is that the fact that you're in decision mode previous to the devil card shows me that you're already aware of this. You're already aware that you've been stuck in something that is keeping you chained and held down and not able to reach and access that higher self in the strength card there. Okay. We have the Two of Cups. Now, this could have to do with a relationship. All right. Very possible. Again, different for everyone. But it could also be merging with yourself. Okay. That masculine and feminine energy coming into balance so that you can take the action you need to take to step out of this in your masculine energy, but also in your feminine energy, nurture yourself through the process in a very balanced way. Okay. However, the other thing that is always so important, and I had to really teach this lesson to myself when I was stuck in a not so healthy relationship, is, and that's if this has to do with a relationship for you. Okay. Sometimes we stay in something longer because it's comfortable and it's the devil we know. Okay. It's the devil we know. And the thought of having to start over again from scratch is overwhelming. Okay. Understandable. It is having to pay all your bills by yourself if you've been living together, or, you know, just live in, like, going from living with someone to being in a house alone can be overwhelming. There's so many aspects to it that can really keep us stuck. So the problem with that is when we stay in the wrong place too long, we don't give ourselves the opportunity to find the right person or the right place or the right thing, because we're stuck in the wrong place, the wrong person, okay, the wrong things. All right. So it's very important to move away and release yourself from this, whatever's binding you here, so that you can find the energy that's mirroring you. And that doesn't matter if it's a partner, a friend, a job, um, any relationship. Okay. Relationships that complement you equally. Okay. That become a merging of energy. Now we have the World. I believe for whichever scenario feels right to you, and that last scenario really feels like intuitively what the majority of the collective would be resonating with. Okay. But when you're able to step away from this devil energy and start, instead of being held captive by the people, places, things that you're around, you're able to be in mirrored energy and be brave to do that. It takes a lot of bravery. All right. You end a cycle for yourself. You set yourself free. All right. It's one of your karmic lessons in a journey that you were meant to go on in this lifetime to evolve into your higher self. Okay. And learn what you're capable of, that you don't have to have attachments that aren't aren't in your best interest, that don't have your back. Okay. You can have attachments that mirror right exactly back to you what you're giving to them. And that is a huge, huge karmic lesson. Saturn. Okay. Karmic lessons. And what happens? King of Cups. Solar plexus chakra, heart chakra. Okay. Sorry. I ate almonds before I did this reading. And you know, when you eat almonds, sometimes they like, I don't feel like I didn't like swallow them, but I still feel like I have like almond skin in the back of my throat. So I'm sorry that I'm coughing a little bit. But solar plexus and heart chakra. Okay. Very, very sure of yourself. You know who you are. Okay. There's no ego there. That heart chakra is fully open. You're able to lead from the heart space. Okay. You're leading from the heart space and you are respected. You are respecting yourself. You're respecting others and you're showing other people how to have relationships in that manner. And I'm going to just do this now because not only do we have the King of Cups, we have the King of Swords right after. Okay. So not only solar plexus for both of these, but now we have leading from the heart space and leading from the throat chakra. Okay. Communication, clarity, integrity, truth. Okay. Very important king energies here. Your ego is in check. Again, like I said, you know who you are. You don't have to resort to primal reactions or situations that keep you in fight or flight anymore. That's done because you have this emotional maturity and you have this maturity in your communication and the way communication being how you think, how you speak, how you receive messages from others. You don't have to take things the wrong way or take it personally, and you don't get stuck in these emotional reactions or these verbal attacks. Okay, you are the leader. You are this in control masculine energy of your heart space and your throat chakra, which means that your expectation is that people respect you. Okay. Again, not in a bad way. Asking people to respect you is not a hostile situation. You deserve to be respected. And what happens? Things get so much easier. Okay. Because now in your mind, you're taking with you the thoughts that help you move forward and leaving behind the thoughts that keep you down, that thing we do to ourselves where we want to make a decision to go in a direction that we know is going to be hard or be difficult or challenging, but we know it's the better one and we talk ourselves out of it. You can't do that. No way. Um, if you do that, you'll run out of money. If you do that, you'll lose your job. If you do that, that girl or guy won't talk to you anymore. Okay? Those thoughts are not allowed on this boat. They are not. It is completely everything that is guiding you and maintaining that connection to your higher self. All right? Moving on out of the turbulence, out of the choppy waters, out of the unpredictability, moving forward into smoother emotional and mental experiences. Okay? And then what happens? We have the Four of Pentacles. We're able to release ourselves. Okay? No more keeping your energy to yourself. You're keeping yourself in a low vibration so you feel safe and secure. You don't have to do that anymore. Okay? Because you're the King of Cups and the King of Swords. You're in control of your emotions and you're in control of your mind. All right? So now you don't have to resort to holding back your energy from people in a way to keep yourself safe or in control of situations. Okay? You're not going to feel threatened anymore. So you can be that butterfly and fly free and not weigh yourself down with that heavy, ungrounded, earthly weight of fear. Okay? It's gone. All right, let's see. I'm going to get 3 cards of advice from Spirit. This is the Moon Baby Tarot. And I always use these as my advice from Spirit cards because I feel like the keys on here are the keys to the information we need to have. Okay, Spirit, 3 cards of advice, please. one more card, please, Spirit. Okay. Taking the one on top. All right. Okay. I'm going to leave that one there because this is a duo. Three of Swords. Allowing ourselves, okay? Swords are our mind. Swords are our thoughts, okay? Yes, can this generally mean somebody broke your heart? Absolutely. But I like to look more deeply into the meanings of these cards, okay? We do this to ourselves. We break our own heart when we avoid decisions to break away from situations that are not serving us, okay? We allow other people to break our heart, and we break our heart by saying things that leave us in a victimized uh, mentality, okay? I've said this before and I'll say it again because I know I'm new here, so I don't really have a regular following. I was in a pretty gnarly relationship for a long time. And my friends will say to me, I'm so happy you're not with that guy anymore. And I say to them, yeah, I am too. You know, it was definitely the school of hard knocks being in that relationship. However, I always point out, he did not do anything to me I did not allow. And unless I understand what I allowed and why, I'm going to continue dating people like him. Okay. And that's what I'm talking about. Using your thoughts to keep you in fear of making changes that are really important to your life. Okay. And why do you do that? Five of Swords. He has three swords here. There's two swords on the ground. Okay. One, two. One, two, three. To avoid you would rather be in the Three of Swords than make a decision that's hard. Okay. And that is not okay. You have to accept that you're, regardless of what anybody else is doing, you're the only one keeping yourself here. You're the only one keeping yourself here. Okay. So we're responsible for staying. We're responsible for keeping ourselves in that situation. And we are stabbing our own heart by our choices. Okay. So no more choosing this Three of Swords for ourselves to avoid making the Two of Swords decision. Do I decide with my heart or do I decide with my mind? What is the right thing for me to do? You have to learn to separate, right? So, huge, huge lesson. Spirit doesn't make mistakes when these cards come out. So, I don't know who exactly or how many of you this is important to know about, but this is here for a reason. And here we have another card about alignment. Okay. This Chariot. This Chariot is absolutely 100% victorious. This Chariot is solar plexus, third eye chakra. Okay. His gut intuition, his third eye intuition, all of that is completely in balance and in alignment. Okay. Cancer card connected to the moon. Okay. He's not afraid of the unknown if he makes a decision. Absolutely not. He knows that he can handle whatever comes his way and he is going to be unstoppable. He has discovered his shadow aspects and he's discovered his ability to work within the higher vibrations. Just like we're doing in the beginning here, where we're learning how to kind of tame our primal instincts and reactions. He's the result of what happens when you've done the work and you worked with the shadow and you've learned how to work with your light aspects. Okay. You become an unstoppable force. and he's working in the balance of those. He's working in that balanced solar plexus chakra. His ego is balanced, and also ego balanced, also ego balance, King of Cups, King of Swords, okay? Heart chakra balance, throat chakra balance, third eye chakra balanced, okay? It's all here. So start with the first step. Start assessing yourself. Am I acting out of a fear state right now? What is my higher self telling me to do? You keep doing that enough and it becomes absolutely just normal to choose your higher self, and it won't be a challenge. And once you get to that place, you're unstoppable. Okay? I'm going to grab one card from the Bloom Oracle, and then I'm going to grab one more card from the Twin Flame Ascension Oracle. Okay. Spirit, one card of guidance, please. And also, like when I'm saying this, and they were talking about Isis and her ability to live here on Earth, connect to the underworld, connect to the upper worlds, having that flexibility to move into different energies and stay in control of yourself is something to work on, right? It's absolutely part of this learning experience. One card, please. Thank you, Spirit. Winter, rest and recuperate. You are tired, and it is so very valid. It is time to not just slow down, but to stop what you are doing completely and let yourself rest. Let yourself gather your strength by allowing yourself to hibernate under a thick layer of snow. The snow will melt away when the time is right, but for now, marinate in bed. Cancel your plans, watch the clouds go by, sleep an extra hour. If you are uncertain about something, it is a no. Okay? So give yourself a little bit of a timeout. Okay? So you can step into a like a challenge like this and a change like this with your energy. There's no rush. Time is an earthly issue. Okay? Angels and spirit guides and all of the God or source or the divine or all of that, they're not worried about time. Time doesn't exist anywhere else but on Earth. So it's a man-made problem, okay? Not a man-made, but it's an earthly problem. So if you have to rest for 3 months before you start major changes, that's okay. Take the time. Okay, Spirit, may I please have one card of guidance? Okay, one card, please. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to laugh. This deck is just really always so tuned in. It's kind of creepy. What did I say right in the middle of this deck? Saturn. Saturn is all about our karma, okay? Clearing karma, Kundalini activation. Let me just find. Okay. Your primal power has been laying dormant at the base of your spine. This hidden potential is waking up so it can help you expand your creative expression. A Kundalini awakening typically occurs upon initial physical contact with your twin flame, but it can be achieved through spiritual practices such as regular meditation. This energetic upgrade will activate the meridians housed within your body, which may generate energetic surges that can be felt throughout your body. These can cause involuntary movements, and these channels open up and release restricted energy. Conscious movement practices such as yoga can also improve your energetic flow, releasing blocks that have prevented the connection to your soul's purpose. The objective of this energy work is to help release your karmic past so you don't fight or fear this course of action. It is designed to help alleviate your inner vibration and align. It's designed to help you elevate your inner vibration and align you with your higher wisdom. Your higher soul is ready for this level of inner healing. This accelerates your ability to tap into your higher consciousness, integrate celestial energy, and manifest your spiritual gifts. Okay? So, once again, this deck pretty much says work on that root chakra, work on grounding yourself, work on the whatever is happening in that primal area, okay? That it keeps us in fear or makes us feel like we're not safe. Use your masculine energy to help you move forward and propel you forward, but don't use it to stay in a state of fear, okay? Work on connecting with that higher self, and you really will be this unstoppable energy, okay? You're very supported by spirit, okay? And stay out of that head. Don't create conflicts for you, all right? By keeping yourself in situations that hurt you, all right? You got to make the second card here as well. You got to start making the decisions. Don't leave your decisions on the floor to avoid them. Two swords right there. And don't allow your energy to go to anybody that isn't mirroring your exact intention and energy. All right. I hope this helps. I look forward to seeing you, talking to you soon. I am going to do a message for Taurus season. I will probably post that on Saturday. I will be doing crystals for Taurus season at the end of that reading. So if you're interested in crystals, please do look for me on Saturday. And also, I'm going to try to find, when I'm making my thumbnails, like a crystal sticker that I can put up so you guys know when I'm talking about crystals. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.